And here it is, a beautiful landscape where less is more. Very light purple that we will put in the things that are going to be farther away. Some water. The way that we're going to know that they're trees is just by the tips. Very little information. Undersea green here. Putting them darkest and closest to us and see how the magic really happens. By putting the darker forward and pushing that back. The sky, I want it to be very. If you want to learn how this is done in today's beginner-friendly landscape, we're going to try this technique. So grab your brushes and let's get painting. The aim of this exercise is to get the atmospheric depth. And we're going to accomplish that by two ways. One is going to be by having lighter colors in the back. And the other one is going to be also by putting less details and the things that are farther away, more details as they get. Going to be the colors that we're going to be using. Cobalt blue for the sky. And the greens are going to be undersea green for the darker, green gold, and sap green. We will mix them in different combinations. We're going to use maybe a little bit of burnt sienna to darken some of those. And perhaps an Indian yellow to lighten some of the greens. Now we're going to wet our sky. Here for my palette, I mixed the cobalt blue and we're ready to put it. The sky, I want it to be very, very simple. So maybe some line over here. Let's get some whites showing. Maybe over here too. And we're gonna blend some. It's kind of too light here, so let's just put a tiny little bit more across. We're gonna let this dry. Best if it dries naturally. So I'm not gonna mess around. Maybe just blend a little bit here. Remove the excess water from the masking tape. It's always great habit to get into. And while this dries by itself, we will mix the colors for a greenery. So we're gonna move this apart. Every time something is far in the distance in a landscape, our eyes tends to read it as purple. Cobalt blue, I'm gonna bring very little permanent rose, and we're gonna make us a very light purple that we will put in the things that are going to be farther away. For the greens, I have here the gold green. So we're going to activate this with water. We're going to bring in now sap green over here. Get it ready as well. And then we will pick our undersea green here when we need it. I just wetted it and it's ready to go. I only dry this part over here because we're gonna paint here. But like I said before, these colors here in the top still is wet, and these colors are still doing some blending, and it's better when the blending happens naturally. I'm picking up the purple that I did before, and we're gonna put like a distant whatever, like a little mountain or something like that, something that it looks far away. With the paint. And now I just bring some water so that I have some dilution and everything is not identical. Wet. And let's drop a little bit here. And now I'm gonna maybe a little bit in this. So we have it in this part, we have it in this part. I had to keep building it here, so now I'm gonna wait, and actually I'm gonna get the hair dryer and dry it once more. Okay, so now we're gonna start building our set of trees. Color is one part, the other component is tone. If I put something here that is very bright, like a yellow. Even if yellow is lighter color than a dark blue, it will still bring it forward. So this green is it has a lot of yellow. So this one will bring my trees pretty close. So what I'm gonna do is get that color, and I'm gonna bring, since I have it on my palette, a little bit of this. And what it's gonna do is I'm gonna dull my color so that it doesn't feel like it's so bright. Start doing it. So we're gonna do like a line of trees. The way that we're gonna know that they're trees is just by the tips. Very little information. Let's bring a little bit of water. And then we are just bring it down. Let me put a line of water here just to make sure that I don't have hard edges, because I'm gonna take a little bit more time doing the tips than the bottoms. And it's important to have variation. So some are higher, some are lower, and then we're just gonna again go up and down, and once again around here as to not to have too many hard edges. Okay. Let's go. Just have a little bit of, let's break all the greens by getting a little bit of burnt sienna, and we can dump a little bit around here. Now I'm gonna start building something that is close by. Some greenery, nothing in particular yet. So water. Burnt sienna. We're gonna bring some of the greens that we were having there from here too. Some of these greens. And switch to the burnt siennas. Now we're gonna dry all of this, and then we're gonna finish putting our final touches. Finish this by putting them darkest and closest to us and see how the magic really happens. For that, I'm gonna use this grays that I have here from our prior painting. But if not, you just mix French Ultramarine with burnt sienna. Undersea green over here, because we are going dark. We're going very dark and high. And just gonna bring the ends. And now we fill all of this up. It's okay to have a few of those light openings. And a third one right here. I'm gonna start painting some foliage here. Bring some water. And the water is going to give us the impression of vegetation. Yes, I have a hadage here. I'm trying to take a little bit, but I'm not too worried because we're going to come back with darker colors over there. Okay. Some of this. From Sienna. Dark greens once more. Oops, got good blossoms, but a little too many. And now we bring this over here. Burnt sienna here too. My burnt sienna is dirty with the greens, but that's okay. From a Bali. Now, well, this dries a little. Mix of the Undersea green with all these colors that I was having here in my palette. I'm aiming to get a very, very dark forest type of green. And brush with only water. And now I'm gonna put over here a couple of trees. See how by putting the darker colors on top of some of the other ones, we're allowing that to show. We're bringing them forward and pushing that back. As I'm getting here, I'm gonna start bringing some water because I'm gonna put less and less detail. But another tree coming up over here. I'm dropping some of these darks here with the water. And let's just put a third one. Sap green. Because that's too white. Some of these colors are gonna... We're gonna finish this bottom being dark. And what we're gonna do now is bring like a evergreen, like bare tree, one that has lost their leaves. So with these colors that I have here, I'm gonna bring more burnt sienna, and I'm gonna make burnt sienna to this mix, and I'm gonna have a very dark brown. And let's just put, have to be careful because this is wet, but let's just put like 3 too thinner, and then we start giving them branches. But usually you don't get to see only one, so let's just put, say, another one. And let's put one more in the distance, thinner, as if it is farther away. Got a little bit with water here. And I'll make this trunk a little bit thicker. Then I'm gonna go water. Some of these darks. And it's good to know when to stop. So I think I'm gonna leave it just, and here it is. Well, let's take this out. And here it is, a beautiful landscape where less is more, less details, it still adds up to a beautiful painting. I hope that you give it a try yourself, that you grab your brushes and paint. And if you like what you see, hit subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe. And if you would like a piece for your home, you will find prints on my website. Click here for the next video.